they really fear you, quite frankly. And the reason they fear you, and I've said it for so long, is you were the only voice that could articulate our discontent, including mine. I mean, after 9/11, within minutes, I knew exactly who did it. I knew the names of the people. But even if I went on the air, it didn't have the same impact of an Alex Jones. Alex Jones isn't just a person. And this is what I've been saying all along. That's why you and I can disagree. But Alex Jones has become a persona of the liberation in the 21st century.
And Mr. Speaker, we are at risk of a coup d'etat in this country if we allow an unaccountable person with no oversight to undermine the duly elected president of the United States. And I would offer that is precisely what is happening right now with the indisputable conflicts of interest that are present with Mr. Mueller and others at the Department of Justice. I join my colleague, the gentleman from Arizona, in calling for Mr. Mueller's resignation or his firing. Moreover, we absolutely have to see the Department of Justice appoint a special counsel to look into the Clinton Foundation, the Uranium One deal, and the Fusion GPS dossier that I will now have the opportunity to discuss. I really don't know who's investigating the Uranium One deal right now. I know that in July, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, along with 20 members of the Judiciary Committee, sent a letter to Attorney General Sessions asking who would be looking into these critical questions, demanding that a special counsel be appointed to conduct a thorough review. And it is extremely disappointing that the chairman of the Judiciary Committee and my fellow members have received no response from the Department of Justice as to that letter. I don't know whether the Attorney General's recusal on matters related to Russia impacts, influences, or in any way covers the future.
All right, that is House Representative Matt Gaetz, Republican Florida, who we're just seeing more and more great things from. Very, very excited about the work he's doing. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But he's really dialed into what's happening. And they're going around canvassing, saying, we're about to take Trump out extrajudicially. Are you going to go along with it? It's kind of a threat. Dr. Steve Pieczenik of StevePieczenik.com is our guest. I've got to ask you a question, Doc, just selfishly, because I respect you. You're one of the most accurate folks we've had on the last 15 years or so since I've been interviewing you, or 16 years now. When you look at this, it's creepy when they have Congressional House Intelligence Committee hearings, and they say at lunch, we're watching Infowars, and we've got to stop them. And the congressman says, yes, you must do a better job. And like, well, sir, we're having, the artificial system shut him down, but it's not perfect yet. And it's not grandstanding, demonizing us, say, on CNN. Because I know that I don't want to make us too important. We just kind of represent the populist Americana movement they hate. We're just a focal point of that. But they picked us up thinking it would hurt Trump and magnified us even more. And then I'm watching them with all the algorithms, admittedly, shut us down, but then it causes a Streisand effect. For every time they try to shut us down, it causes it to bang up even higher. And they're getting more and more frustrated to the point of, having op-eds saying, just take Alex Jones out. And I'm not even afraid personally of dying. I don't want to die, but it's a switch. You flip it off. I just feel bad if I'm here for my children. But these are bad people. They've got to be stood up against. But at the same time, I just want to have a free country and prosperity. I'm not fighting for the power trough like they are. And they just hate me so much. And I want to ask you, not just, oh, we're very effective and oh, this and that. I don't understand why they hate us this much and how they think they're going to beat us, because trying to destroy us has taken us from being supported by and large by the audience to now it's taken on a whole new thing, and people really get it now and really listen to me and our guests like yourself in the FBI, in the CIA, in the local police departments. And I mean, it's shocking how much the government listens now and has gone from kind of like, oh, he's quirky, but, gets it right sometimes, to like really listening to what we say as if it's super authoritative, which compared to mainstream media it is, but I still make mistakes. I mean, let me tell you, for 44 years old in this position, it is creepy. And it scares me that Infowars would be the thing they're most afraid of. Can you speak to that and to the audience? Because it's the audience they fear.
Well, they really fear you, quite frankly. And the reason they fear you, and I've said it for so long, is you are the only voice that could articulate our discontent, including mine. I mean, after 9/11, within minutes, I knew exactly who did it. I knew the names of the people. But even if I went on the air, it didn't have the same impact of an Alex Jones. Alex Jones isn't just a person. And this is what I've been saying all along. That's why you and I can disagree. But Alex Jones has become a persona of the liberation in the 21st century of where we people, not the people in Los Angeles, New York, I live here, but the people who live in the South, in an agrarian society, in the Midwest, in Utah, who are tired of the lies and the betrayals and the wars that we've been in. They listen to you because for the first time, you're kind of the Walter Cronkite, if I can say that, of the internet age. You're beginning to say things that are happening, and it's occurring. Why do you and I come on the same show for 16 years? I don't go on any other show. Why are they so afraid of me that supposedly I can take them down? Sure, I could take them down, but we're doing it already, my friend. The minute Hillary Clinton pointed her finger at you as the problem, we had already won a war, and she was finished. When you wake up the people to the truth, it's very dangerous to those in the system. I'm not in the system. Ironically, I have all those degrees, MIT, Harvard, but they knew they could not control me. Even though I was trained to be into the intelligence service or the State Department, they couldn't control me. What kind of a guy? You and I are very similar. When they promoted me to Rear Admiral, I said, are you nuts? I'm not taking your Rear Admiral. I'm not taking your money. I just want to mess up in this country because I wasn't born here. And I went out just like you did, and most of America.
Well, let me just add this point, because it's, again, I see the sycophantic behavior, the power trips, the red carpet. I say this not to say that I don't want the power. I'm saying it that it's the opposite with this level of responsibility. I can't stand myself most of the time because I want to do a better job. I want to really get it right, and I don't. And then I realize the responsibility is it isn't me. It's all the guests. It's the listeners. It's something that's been built up as an archetype, and that's why they're trying to destroy me, the person, because they're trying to destroy the image of hope and resistance and not caring when you get attacked. And that's what they hate. But then it's the responsibility of having that much responsibility. And then I look at these people who want power, but then when they get it, they have no responsibility. They just want to basically showboat around all day, and that's what disgusts me.
Well, that's the point. You see, what you've done is to say, look, the emperor has no clothes. There is no power. Mueller really has no power. Jeff Sessions should be thrown out. Honestly, he's too weak. All of those politicians are weak. By nature, they go into politics to self-aggrandize. You don't go into politics if you want to build a company or you want to build a radio show or you want to write novels. You go into politics because you want to self-aggrandize and manipulate, but you're not that good at it. So you have 80-year-old Dianne Feinstein, you have 80-year-old McCain, and it's become a joke. You have a Mueller who was already criminally indicted for what he did in 9/11, for what he did in Russia. He knows that. He knows he's corrupt to his soul, but he has to come back and try to make believe that he's not corrupt. But he's corrupt. Comey's corrupt. Half of that FBI is corrupt.
Well, I'm sure let me ask you this question then. Don't they societally, culturally know the worms turned globally, and that they, even if they got you or me or Trump or anybody, that only makes it bigger? Don't they understand they're on the wrong side of history? The tide has moved on?
No. They didn't understand it from the day 9/11 occurred, and they all were conspirators with that moron Bush. And before him, his father, who wasn't very bright. So you have a moronic family where Neil and Marvin create the SNL crisis in Maryland. Then they come back and create the same crisis, 2006, with the banking crisis. So what you have are idiots repeating their same activity until nobody takes them out or nobody arrests them.
Why do they have so much power? Because Prescott was the main lawyer when Nazi Germany failed and did get a lot of the money. It's been rumored to be in the trillions in today's numbers. I mean, is that really, did you ever, no, that's all super classified, but did you ever come across them and the Nazi money?
Yes. Well, the issue of Prescott is he was not a very bright man. He was a man who was kind of the toady for Brown and Harriman Company. The major man there was Harriman, governor. He was far more...
No, I understand what I'm saying. After World War II, the word is they got the keys of the kingdom.
That's correct. So did Allen Dulles and his brother, all of whom worked for the Nazis, all of whom allowed the factories to go on, all of whom...
Well, I mean, as we know, the Kennedys were basically Nazi agents.
Correct.
Let's come back in 70 seconds and talk about that with Dr. Steve Pieczenik. Then I'm going to get into tons of news and a bunch of incredible clips in the third hour. It's going to be a must listen, folks.
What the aging process is when the cell replicates, we lose a little bit of our telomeres. Telomeres are the little cups on the end of our chromosomes.
And when it runs out, you start dying. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com.